Welcome to the Furry Friends Rock Art Camp!
My name is Melia.
And I'm Patti.
And we are so excited to welcome you to camp.
In order to do rock art, you need a few supplies. You don't need very many, so I'm going to show you exactly what would be very helpful. First thing you want is a box. A big box, and you can usually get these for free at the grocery store. So next time somebody's going to the grocery store, ask them to get you a big box. This will be our rock box for our rocks and all of our supplies, okay? So I'm gonna put my little rock box here and we will fill it up with the things that we'd like to have. Hey, probably the most important thing is a towel, any old junky towel. So ask somebody at home if you could borrow a towel for your rock art project. Now, the whole reason for the towel is to protect the surfaces that we're working on. So you'll see this table right here. This table's glass. And if I put my rocks on here, it would be loud and noisy and it might even break that glass. But if I put my towel down first, then it will protect it. It'll make things better. So wherever you do it, on the floor, on the wood, wherever you like to do your rock art, put a towel down first, because that will protect the surfaces. If you don't have a towel, you could put cardboard down and that would work really great. So if you have some big cardboard pieces, or you could break up a box and put it down, we're just trying to protect the surface. Okay, so in our box, we're going to have a towel. Let's go ahead and keep it here and we'll do a little bit of rock art and show you. And then we'll put our box here. Now, the next thing you want to have are some containers or something to put your rocks in. So you're going to go outside and collect rocks, and that's my favorite part, and I'll show you more of that later. But you need a place to put them and to organize them, because maybe you want to put big rocks in one container and small rocks in another. So any old container that was going to go in the garbage, you can wash it out and you could use it. So just ask whoever's in the kitchen if they would save you their containers, okay? And you could use boxes, you could use anything you want. I just like to use these. And I found this really fancy lid, and it went into the garbage, so I retrieved it, and this is for my little tiny rocks. Okay? Now, so far, everything's free, right? Because we like to get things for free. And if you didn't have a towel, you could just go to the thrift store, and they're pretty cheap at the thrift store. Okay, so we have a box, a towel, and containers. Now, when you want to go find rocks outside, you can either use your containers, or you could use maybe little baggies. So whenever I have one that's used in the kitchen, instead of throwing it away, I wash it. And then I can use that to collect my rocks. See, I just open up, put my rocks in there, and they're small enough that I can fold it up and put it in my pocket. And then whenever I go outside, I always have a baggie to collect my rocks in. So that's really great. It could be any size. It could be the little sandwich size, or it could be a big giant gallon size. It's just nice to have baggies when you're out collecting rocks, okay? But you don't have to have those, because you could just use your little containers or your backpack or whatever you have. Okay, what else could we put in our rock box? I know, a scrubby. These are scrubbies, or it could be a washcloth. Whatever you have, because, do you have any guesses why we want a scrubby? What are you thinking out there? Well, I'll tell you. Here's a box of some rocks that I found. Now, when I go out and find my nifty rocks like these, they're usually dirty because I found them on the ground, right? So I'll soak them in water and maybe even let them sit there overnight so the dirt gets really soft. And then I'll scrub on them. And I really like to clean my rocks because it's more fun to play with clean rocks than dirty rocks, because then your hands stay nice. So you want some kind of scrubby. This is a serious scrubby. It's for the kitchen, but it's really great because then I can really scrub on my rocks and get them clean. Okay, so some kind of cleaner for your rocks is very good. What else goes in our box? I know. Okay, those things are all easy to find because they're all at home, right? Now, if you're willing to spend a little bit of money, you could get two more things that are really helpful. A canvas. Now, you don't have to do this. You could just use a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard. But if you have a little bit of extra money and somebody could buy you a canvas, it's kind of fun. I'll tell you why. This is a canvas and so is this. You could get black or white or any color you want, but they're super thin, and so they're not very expensive. It's about $1 each is what they cost. And how I use them is I need something to put the rocks on. I could put the rocks on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, but having like pure white or pure black makes the rocks stand out. And then I can also put a frame on this because it's hard, and so they stay on there. So if you're going to buy something for our rock art course, then you ought to get a canvas or 2 or 10. Like if you can get a few of them, then you can put your rock art on it. But you don't have to, because you can just do your rock art on the cardboard or on the towel even. And after you're done, you can put it all in a little baggie and scramble up the rocks and be done. I even have a really fun little trick for people who don't want to put it on a board. And I'll have to tell you that because that's super fun. And then you don't need a board. But if you call these a canvas or a board or any hard thing that you could put it on, even a piece of cardboard, and it makes it fun because then you can give it as a gift or show somebody what you're making and keep it forever if you wanted to. Okay, so that's the board, or a canvas is another thing that they call it. And you can get any color you want. So I'm gonna put my little canvases in my rock box. Another thing you might want to get is sticky putty, or some way to stick the rocks together or push the rocks onto the board so they'll stay. Now, I love to use sticky putty because it's temporary. Now you might think, why do you want it to be temporary? Well, I might find a better rock that I want to put on. So let me show you how it works. It comes in this big long thing of white sticky putty, and you just pull off a piece that you want, and you stretch it, and it's kind of like bubble gum, like already chewed bubble gum, except it's not. It's really very clean and very nice to work with. And then once you stretch it, you just pull a little piece off. You see a teeny tiny little piece? You just get a little piece, and you get your rock, and you get your little piece, and you stick it on your rock, and then your rock can be stuck right onto the board. Watch this trick. Here's my rock, and I can stick it right onto the board, and it stays. But it's temporary because I can pull it off and use it as many times as I want. So this stuff is really great because that is how these little people are sticking to the board. If you looked in there, you'd just see little pieces of sticky putty that's sticking it on there and making it stay. Super cool, huh? So when you find a better rock and you say like, that little head, I don't want that head, I want a different one. And you can find a different rock and stick it on and it stays. So that stuff is kind of cool to use, but it's not required for this class. It's just a way to get your rocks to stay on the board, okay? So you might ask mom, dad, or somebody if they'd be willing to buy some sticky putty for you for the course. But you don't have to use it. In this course, all of our supplies are free. That's pretty cool. In our rock box, we can have our boards to put the rocks on. We might have our sticky putty, maybe our containers to organize our rocks. Oh, they're so cute. Hey, back over here. And maybe some baggies to use when you're collecting your rocks outside. Okay, so this is our rock box, a place to keep everything together in one place. So I'm gonna put that in there. My little scrubbies to keep my rocks clean. And my actual rocks as I get them, I can keep them in my box too. And here's even some fun things. I just went out and got some sticks outside just from my backyard. And sticks are really neat because when you're making your birds, they want to sit on a stick. And so that's what I used here. I just put a stick on there. So sticks are really handy if you want to collect some sticks. We'll talk about that when we're making each one. But I'm going to put my sticks in my box because it's nice to keep everything in the same place. And so I can pick it up and take it to my bedroom or take it to where it belongs when I'm finished playing with my rocks. And what else do we have? Okay, one more thing. A pencil or a marker. This is very handy because we might use a piece of paper. We might use a piece of paper or a whiteboard or a white canvas, and we might not have all the rocks we want. So we could just put one big rock that we like, and then with our pencil or marker, we could draw arms and legs on it and make a person. So it's fun to have markers if you have paper or a whiteboard. So that's the other thing I'm going to put in my box. Will be my marker or pencil. Okay, so there we have it. And today I went out and I looked for rocks and I found so many. I found so many great rocks, and I have my little baggies that I put my rocks in, and I can't wait to wash them. So I'm going to scrub them up with my little scrubby, get them clean, and then I'm going to see what I can make with them. So it's super important. The thing you want to do next is you want to go look for rocks. Okay, so you have 2 assignments. You're going to go look for rocks, and you're going to start making your rock box so you have a place for all of your supplies. Okay, 2 things. You need to go look for your rocks and make your rock box. And then next week we'll get started making our actual rock art. And won't it be so much fun? I even made puppy dogs. And we'll maybe do some puppies. Or would you rather go meow and do kittens? I have a special treat for you. I have real live kittens. My cat had baby kittens, and so I want to show them to you. Do you want to see? Okay, come on with me. I brought them out just for you. The mama's name is Randy. Hi, Randy. And the babies are in here. And this little baby's getting a drink right now from mama. Look how cute that is. Oh, hi there. Can I hold one, mama? Let's see, this guy. Can I hold this guy? He's our little tiger. That's so sweet. Every little critter is so special, and you are special. There's nobody like you in the whole world, and you have important things to do in the world. And I can't wait to see what happens as you grow up and you get to learn and grow and become. And then someday you'll get to make all kinds of fun choices. It's so sweet, and so are you. You are wonderful and sweet and magnificent. How is it that you could be so special? Well, it's because you were born special, and you were born with a purpose in life. You were born with talents and gifts, and you're going to discover those as you go along, just like this little guy is going to too. Okay, this is our kitten. Isn't it cute? Hey, I went and found some rocks for our rock art class. And I hope you will go find some rocks too. Did you know that looking for rocks and pebbles is my favorite part of rock art? Yeah, it's really cool when you make a neat picture like this, but it's even more fun when I get to be outside and just hunting. It's like a treasure hunt, looking for the right shapes. So you're really looking for circles for heads and long rocks for bodies, because one of the first things we're going to make is a family or you. We can just do one that just shows you. So make sure you go look for all the circles you can find and the long rocks. That's what we're looking for first. And whenever you go outside, just make sure you have your little baggie in your pocket, and then you'll always have a place to put a rock if you find a really good one that you want to keep. And then you'll have your rock box to put them all in. That's your assignment. Go look for your rocks and prepare your rock box. Okay, we'll see you next week.